This video is kindly brought to you by Squarespace, the all-in-one platform to create a beautiful online presence.
Hi, my name's Janelle and welcome back to Rosery Apparel. Today I'm back with another thrift flip video. I have two stunning vintage tablecloths in my stash that I've been holding on to because I know they're going to make some incredibly special items for my wardrobe. The first tablecloth I have is this beautiful lacy decorative tablecloth with this incredible border. I picked this tablecloth up for $4 secondhand and I am in love with it. It is quite a small tablecloth, like I can't imagine it would cover much of a table, but it is just so beautiful and so intricately detailed that I just had to pick it up with the hopes of potentially turning it into something wearable for my wardrobe. The second tablecloth I have is this cute brown gingham tablecloth. Again, this has a really decorative edge. Looks like it's been hand embroidered, which is just so special, and I really like that it's just a plain white embroidery. It's just so effective against the brown gingham. I am in love with it. This tablecloth also only cost me $4 and it's actually quite big. There's quite a bit of fabric there, which means it has lots of potential to be turned into something wearable, and I honestly think because of the white embroidered detail, these two tablecloths just work so nicely together, and I have plans to turn these into a cute little outfit combo. So from this lacy tablecloth, I'm hoping to use some of the decorative edging of the tablecloth as a collar for a blouse. I have quite a thing for statement collars, and I think this is just going to turn into the cutest little lacy collar detail. And then from the gingham tablecloth, I'm hoping to make a pair of boxer shorts. I've actually got a free template that you can download to create a pair of boxer shorts, and I'll have that linked below. I'm not much of a shorts person, but I do like a nice gathered boxer short. I feel like they're just A, very comfortable, and B, a little bit more flattering on me because they cinch in at the waist and then flare out a bit. I just feel like it almost will look like I'm wearing a little gathered skirt. Maybe. I have high hopes that I'll be able to make a pair of cute boxer shorts that I'll actually wear out and about, not just to bed. And I think what I'm gonna do is try to implement the decorative embroidered edge into the shorts as much as possible. So yeah, I'm going to be taking you through the whole process of turning these into wearable items for my wardrobe. I'm going to be kind of making it up as I go. I don't know yet how this is going to turn out, whether or not it's going to turn out, whether I have enough fabric to work with, I don't know, but I thought I'd document the whole process. It's been a while since I've shared a thrift flip and I'm really excited to get started. So yeah, I think I'll start with the blouse first because that one I feel like will be the more stressful piece to cut into because there's really not much fabric there to work with. So yeah, wish me luck.
So like I said, I'm going to start with the blouse, and to make the blouse I'm going to be using the bodice template pieces of my pansy sewing pattern, which you can find a link to in the description below this video. The only changes I made to the template was to not cut out this keyhole detail on the back template, and I also shortened the shoulder edges by about 1 centimeter or half an inch. First things first, I fold the tablecloth in half and place the back template piece along the fold of the fabric, leaving about 2.5 centimeters or an inch at the bottom to lengthen it slightly. Then I take my water erasable pen and trace out the template directly onto the tablecloth. I decided to trace the template and not just simply cut it out, as this way I'm able to see how the piece will look in relation to the details of the tablecloth. Then once traced, I take a deep breath and cut along the traced out line. I don't think there is anything quite as nerve-wracking as cutting into a vintage tablecloth. And now the back of the blouse is cut and already looking so very cute. Now it's time to trace out the front, but this time I place the front template piece along the edge of the tablecloth so that the decorative edge will be nicely positioned along the front center opening of the blouse. Again, I left about 2.5 centimeters or an inch at the bottom of the template piece to lengthen it. In the end, I decided to follow the design of the tablecloth instead of the trace line, as you can see here, and then I cut out an identical mirrored piece to make up the other side of the blouse front. And before we get in and start sewing up this blouse, let's just take a quick break to talk about the sponsor of this video, Squarespace.
If you've been watching my videos for a while, then I'm sure you know all about Squarespace by now, but just in case you're new around here, Squarespace is the all-in-one platform to create a beautiful online presence and launch your passion project. Whether you'd like to start an online store and start making and selling your own products, create a beautiful portfolio to showcase your work, write a blog, or simply create any website of any kind, you can design and create your dream website all by yourself with Squarespace. You simply select from their range of beautifully designed templates, and trust me when I tell you that each template is as beautiful as the next. Once you have selected your template, you can then customize it and change it up as much or as little as you like. You can change everything from the overall look and layout of the website to all of the fun little details such as the fonts and colors with just a few clicks, no knowledge or background needed in coding whatsoever. I've been using Squarespace to run the Rosery Apparel website and online store since 2016, well before they were ever a sponsor of my channel, and in the 8+ years I've been using Squarespace, I can count on one hand how many times I've had to get in contact with them with an inquiry or question, because honestly everything is just so easy and self-explanatory. But in the few times I have gotten in touch with Squarespace with a question, they have gotten back to me and helped me with my inquiry so quickly, and that aspect alone just gives me so much comfort as a small business owner. So if you'd like to create a website of your own, then I totally recommend you go and check out Squarespace using the link in the description below and take advantage of their free trial so you can test out just how easy it is to use for yourself. And then when you're ready to launch your beautiful new website, head to squarespace.com/roseryapparel for 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Thank you so much Squarespace for sponsoring this video and for being such an incredible supporter of my channel.
So now it's time to actually start stitching up this blouse. First up, I need to give this blouse some shape, and to do this, I mark out the darts onto the wrong side of the fabric with my water erasable pen. For this project, I'll just be stitching the bust front darts and skipping the waist darts. Then I folded the fabric, matching the markings together to create a kind of triangle shape, and then stitched the darts in place. Once stitched, I press the darts so that they are folded downwards towards the bottom of the blouse. Next, with right sides together, I place the fronts onto the back and stitch them together along the shoulders like this. Then I decided to try on what I'd made so far and came to a pretty unexpected decision to pass on adding a collar. I did intend to use the leftover fabric to make a collar, but once I saw just how busy the blouse was already looking, I decided a collar was just not the right choice for this particular project. Sometimes you really just have to let the fabric and the making process determine the final outcome of the project, and this I realized was one of those times. So with the collar out of the picture, I decided to finish the neck edge of the blouse with some bias binding. So to do this, I cut some long strips from matching white fabric and then used my bias binding maker to make about 2 meters of bias binding. I've shared a whole separate video all about how to make bias binding like this, and I'll have it linked in the description below if you'd like to have a watch of that for more details on how to do this. I then pin the bias binding along the entire raw neck edge of the blouse, leaving 2 ties at the center front of the blouse that measure approximately 35 centimeters or 14 inches. I then stitch the bias binding in place. And the blouse now looks like this and has a very cute little tie closure, which is just adorable and works perfectly with the lacy vibes of the tablecloth. Next, with the right sides of the fabric facing, I stitched the sides of the blouse together like this. I then use a similar method as with the neck edge to enclose the raw edges of both armholes. Then with the leftover bias binding, I decided to cut two 35cm or 14-inch strips to create another two ties for the front of the blouse. To make the ties, I start by folding and pressing one of the raw ends in by about 1cm or half an inch, and then I folded and pressed the bias binding strips in half. I then stitched these folded edges in place. Next, I pin and stitch these ties to the center front of the blouse. And my adorable tablecloth blouse is complete. I am a little bit sad that I didn't end up making a collared blouse as planned from this tablecloth, but I genuinely do think it would have ended up being way too busy, and I think a cute vest style top like this was the perfect choice for this tablecloth in the end. Now it's time to have a go at making a pair of shorts from the gingham tablecloth. As mentioned, I have a free shorts template that I'll have linked in the description below, and I'm going to try and implement this embroidered detail into my shorts as much as possible. Just like the blouse, I start by tracing the short front template onto the tablecloth so I can see exactly how the design of the tablecloth works with the template before cutting it out, and then once traced, I cut out the template piece. I then use this cut out template to cut out another identical mirrored piece from the other side of the tablecloth. So now I have two front pieces cut out like this. Then I just repeat this for the back template piece, and I also cut out 4 pocket pieces. Now that the pieces are cut, I start by overlocking all of the raw edges. Because of the way I have cut the template pieces out, the bottom edge of the shorts are already pre-hemmed, which is a bonus. With the right sides of the fabric together, I place the pockets onto the short pieces approximately 15 centimeters or 6 inches from the top edge. I then stitch the pockets in place like this. Once stitched, I press the pockets out flat with my iron, and then place the front of the shorts onto the back with the right sides together and stitch them together like this. Once stitched, I press the pockets so that they are towards the front of the shorts. And I am so pleased with how the embroidered details are looking at the sides of the shorts here, and how the pockets are nicely hidden in between the cross-stitched edges. And so far the shorts are looking a little something like this. Next, with right sides together, I fold the backs onto the fronts and stitch them together at the crotch like this. Then with one side of the shorts folded right side out, I place one of the short legs inside the other and pin them together along the curved crotch edge. I then stitch the two legs of the shorts together like this. Now it's time to hem the top edge of the shorts, starting by folding and pressing the top edge in by about 1 centimeter or half an inch, and then folding it in again by about 5 centimeters or 2 inches. I'm now going to stitch multiple channels along the waistband like this in order to thread multiple lengths of elastic into the waistband to create a faux shirred look. Once the elastic channels have been stitched, I then thread in 4 lengths of elastic that fit snugly but still comfortably around my waist. Once all of the pieces of elastic have been threaded to the waistband, the shorts are complete. I just really love how the waistband of these shorts have turned out. It gives the look and the comfort of sharing fabric, but with slightly more of a fitted feel that is perfect for a waistband. I'm just really overall so chuffed with how these shorts turned out, and I definitely feel like these will get a lot of wear in the warmer months.
I am completely over the moon with how both of these items turned out. They are just such cute additions to my wardrobe. I love how this top is kind of like a cross between the vest type tops that have been really trending lately, but also a cross between that and the Ganni top trend vibes as well, with these little bow tie closures. I am a little bit sad that this panel here just stops above my boobs, which is kind of annoying, which means I kind of have to wear a top underneath. But to be fair, wearing a black top like this one underneath just makes the details of the tablecloth stand out so much more, which is kind of the whole point of wearing this top, honestly. In order to make the most of the beautiful decorative details of the tablecloth, it's just the way the pieces had to be cut, and I think it's worth it. And like I said, it just looks really cute with a black top underneath. I also love with the shorts how adding the channels of elastic just makes them look like they've been shirred, but sharing that small amount of fabric would not gather up the shorts enough. So I'm glad I was able to come up with a way to give the shirring look, but in a way that actually cinches in the shorts enough. And again, they're just so cute. I love how these two pieces look together. I just think they were made to be worn together, but are also two pieces I know I'll wear lots separately as well. So I hope you enjoyed following along as I transform these two beautiful tablecloths into some really special wearable pieces for my wardrobe. I hope this video inspires you to have a go at maybe thrift flipping some tablecloths as well. And if you do have a go at following the steps I've shown in this video to create a garment for yourself, then I of course would love to see your makes. So please be sure to tag me at Rosery Apparel when you share your photos on your socials. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this video until the very end, and I'll see you in the next one.